U.S. President Donald Trump and his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin agreed during their call Tuesday to seek a limited ceasefire against energy and infrastructure targets in Russia's war in Ukraine, according to the White House and the Kremlin. Both sides published written statements shortly after the lengthy phone call, with the White House describing it as the first step in a movement to peace that it hopes will eventually include a maritime ceasefire in the Black Sea and a full and lasting end to the fighting. The Kremlin statement included a long list of conditions and demands from Putin's side, including Moscow's key condition to completely cease foreign military aid and intelligence sharing for Ukraine, in a demand it claims is to prevent further escalation of the conflict, which has reached its fourth year. Trump and Putin's phone call lasted more than 1 hour, with a White House source saying during the conversation that the conversation was going well. The U.S. president said a day earlier on Monday that many elements of a final agreement have been agreed to, but much remains to be agreed upon with Putin during their conversation. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Caroline Leavitt suggested that U.S. and Russian officials have discussed the fate of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant in southern Ukraine, which was seized by Russian forces in the early weeks of the war. There's a power plant that is on the border of Russia and Ukraine that was up for discussion with the Ukrainians, and he will address it in his call with Putin tomorrow, Leavitt said on Monday. The power plant has been caught in the center of the crossfire since Moscow invaded and seized the facility shortly afterwards, sparking alarm from international bodies that fighting around Europe's largest nuclear power plant could lead to a potential nuclear catastrophe. In his nightly address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky accused Putin of deliberately prolonging the war.